Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be prepping for our next DIY, and this one's going to be the HAGI Denim. HAGI? How do you say this? Now, these are from the brand HYSTERIC GLAMOUR. If you don't know how they look like, put them on the screen right now. They kind of remind me of that kid's book with the girl with the striped skin I'm talking about. Now these jeans look not as tedious to make. Maybe they will be tedious actually because of like how symmetrical all the panels are, but compared to like my last one, I'm pretty sure they won't be at that level, you know. But let's take a closer look at these jeans. So right away you can see that the front and the back panels, they're not symmetrical when it comes to each panel. And what I mean by that is that the front and the back panels, they're not like one continuous stripe color. For example, if you look at one of the panels on the front panel, it's dark blue, but then the one adjacent to it is a lighter blue. So they're not symmetrical in that regards, but they are symmetrical when it comes to the seams. And that's the thing that I think will take the longest, is making sure that everything is even, is the correct measurement, length and width wise. Because I think the main thing I really have to focus on when trying to recreate these pants is make sure that each panel is symmetrical with each other. I think that's the most important part when trying to recreate these, because it's like the main thing really. And if I were to create panels that are just, you know, too big than the one adjacent to it, I don't think I would have pulled off the look of these pants. Now one thing I'm debating about is the fit of these. Low-key, I kind of want to make them like you know, fitted on the thigh area, but then when it hits the knee kind of flares out a little bit. But at the same time, I don't really want to like flare out all of my stuff. Now the easy way to do this is to, you know, take the pants, chop it up, invert some stuff, maybe bleach it and then sew it back in. But that'll just give it a more like rugged, unorganized look. These are very symmetrical and whatnot. I keep saying the same word over and over again. But then when you look at this picture right here where it's just flat, straight on the ground, looking straight at it, both pant legs are symmetrical with each other as well. So they have to be even on both pant legs. Now, one thing I noticed too is if you zoom into the top part of the pants, you know, normal denim jeans, they have the hand pocket area. These, they don't have it. It's just straight up one panel right there, and they slapped on a separate pocket and then sewed that in. So I will have to create these pockets, but you know, that's not gonna be difficult at all. So what I'll do in order for me to get the correct measurements for each panel is I'll probably have to make like a makeshift pattern. I'll take the base layer jeans and then kind of sketch up like a rough little pattern from that. And then from there, I can use that to create these smaller sections, all of these panels here. Now another good thing about me cutting out a pattern for these pants is so I know how much space I still have to fill in, because once I start cutting up these panels, I have to make sure I leave some space for the seam allowance on the top, bottom, as well as on both sides. And that'll probably be like ½ an inch each, which means that I would have to basically take away 1 inch of the length from each panel. And there's 15 panels, probably like kind of 16 with the hem. I'll just say 15 for now. That's minus 15 inches from the total length, which means that I would have to make sure that I have some spare denim that I can use that looks similar to the base denim I'm going to be using, so that it will still look symmetrical and I'll still get the length I need. Now you can also see that these stripe panels, they go all the way up to basically where the default hand pockets would normally start, and they even cut across to the zipper flap as well. So I think that part is going to be the trickiest part of this whole thing. Now there's also some seams that are white, as you can see, and that's either from them, you know, maybe sewing the seams on the outside rather than the inside, or they sewed it on the inside and then like distressed it or something like that. Now I think what I'll do for the light blue denim is I'll probably just invert the denim itself, because that side of the denim is a lot you know, lighter than the outside. And if you look at this picture of this dude right here, I don't want them to be this skinny. Definitely not. They're actually pretty baggy. So the base layer pants I'm going to be used are the Levi's 541s that I was supposed to use for my last DIY. They're not this baggy, so I'll definitely have to add some extensions to make the length even longer. So what I gotta do is first I gotta make the pattern, draw out the pattern with either my Uniform Studio cargo pants or the Levi's 541s. Then using that pattern, make another pattern, and then I'll be able to measure and draw in all of these separate panels that I have to make. Then I can use those panels to cut out denim panels. There's gonna be a lot of it. It's gonna be like 50 times 4, 60 panels or something. Then once all of those panels are cut out, I can attach them all at the seams to create the 2 front panels as well as the 2 back panels. Then I have to make the front pockets, just put everything back together, and we'll be done. So yeah, should be cool. So in order to make the pattern. I have this paper right here. I think this is called tracing paper or something. I bought this a while ago on Amazon, so I don't really remember the exact name of it. So I just have to roll it out, lay out the pants per panel, trace around it, plus there's even space for like the seam allowance and stuff. And then boom, there you go. We have a pattern. Now these right here are the pants that we're going to be using as the base layer. Levi's 541s, size 34-32. These have an athletic fit, so not too baggy, not too slim, but it's definitely not as tight as the HAGI ones. You know, one thing I just noticed right now is the fading happening on Levi's. I mean, normally I prefer it to be faded. You know, have all these fades, make it look like it has wear, it's not super new. But these HAGI ones, HAGI, I think you say this thing, HAGI, these don't really have that many fades on it. So maybe this isn't really the right pair to use because of this, because it's not really gonna be as symmetrical color-wise. So maybe I could use the Walmart brand jeans that I have because those don't have any fades, which is why they were so cheap. They're like $8. So right here I have the Walmart George jeans. Now these, see, they don't have any fades on the knees or thigh areas. Now they're not as dark as these right here, but I think color wise maybe it will do the job better than these. Also, these have like a regular relaxed fit as well. So yeah, I think these will actually be pretty good. That's gonna wrap it up for this prepping video. I think we have everything down. Do you guys like these prepping videos? I'm just curious. I kind of figure that some of you guys want to see like how I just prep for my DIYs. Like for the most part, I don't really just like go straight into it, just jump straight into the deep end and put it all together and boom, voila, there it is, you know? Definitely a lot of preparation goes into it, but a lot of times, a lot of the preparation just like happens in my head. So this is actually nice where I can just like say it out loud. I can write on a piece of paper, kind of like a little therapy session, just talking to myself, you know? I'm the therapist for me. Sad. But if you guys do like these prepping videos, drop a like, and then from there I can kind of gauge if you guys do like it or not. The main thing is I want to use ways that are the most efficient, you know, and time saving, because you know this hobby is very time consuming. So if you have a faster method, leave it down in the comments below. But if you guys want to keep up to date with what I'm working on, follow me on my Instagram at JuliusNathan. I usually post updates on my story. If you guys have any suggestions or need some advice or have any questions for me, hit me up on my DMs. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.